Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a disassembly to do for you. So this is the Berg Blades Mini Barber. So I unboxed this bad boy, I don't know, a week ago or so. Matt was kind enough to give me this. He said I could keep it, which is really cool. So I really appreciate that. Shout out to Matt over at Berg Blades. And just so happens that today I was playing with it, and I noticed it was a little bit tight right through here. And I don't know what that's about, so I'm just going to take it apart. Probably just need some KPL in the right places. Maybe we can swap some bearings out, which would be cool. Just noticed there's some marks on the clip. Hoping that's just marks, because I was treating this like a loaner. I think I could have cleaned that up. I'm gonna go with that. Let's see, we have a T8 on the pivot, and looks like a spinning pivot situation. So let's see if we can't get this one locked in on this side. Then we'll take our Get Good screwdriver. All of this stuff is linked down in the description, and that came right out. So probably didn't even need the other driver there, but always good to have. So it looks like T8 on the pivot, T8 on this scale screw right here. Gonna be T8s on body screw, sorry, clip screw. We're gonna see if this clip screw is a frame screw as well, or if it's just gonna let us get to the, okay, underneath. And then we have T6s down here. Pretty classic Reassembly on this construction. You have a pin and then some T6 frame screws. Get that taken care of as well. Put those over here. And I'm gonna put this guy here. I'm just gonna try to keep them all in the appropriate position so it's less of a deal later. Know what I mean? Jelly bean. All right, so this should just come off now. We just gotta worry about this pin a little bit. Just gotta work that out. There we go. Wanted to come all the way out. I want to leave it in there. So all right, so we have washers obviously, and we have bearings. These are going to be 5mm 1/16. So we're going to try to swap over to 5mm 1/16 11 ball skiffs. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to grab a little bit of alcohol and a little microfiber here, clean everything up. Seems like everything was dry. That's probably all it was. Probably just needed a little bit of lube on this detent path as it was wearing in. Would have smoothed out over time, pretty sure on that. We do have, nope, they actually knocked that down pretty good. Yeah, that's one of the things you don't see a lot of OEMs do. They'll leave those burrs on there. Clean this out. This is all clean. Let's see how this washer looks. We're gonna pop these washers. Where is my magnet? Man, my kid was in here and she was messing with everything. I actually lost something for a minute, and now something else. So anyway, I'll just use this, hopefully, yeah. But yeah, my little magnet pen thing is gone. I don't even know where that would have gone. Crazy. All right, let me reset here. Where's that cloth? All right. So I'm going to clean the lock face. The one thing about this particular knife is that they went with a titanium liner, no insert, and it's a carbonized lock face. They did a good job on that carbonized. I mean, look at that. See if I can zoom in on it. They carbonized the shit out of that, which is great. So it should have no issue. But normally I would not prefer that. But Reassembly is pretty much the only company I trust to do a titanium liner like that, or lock bar. And I don't know if there's a reason why they had to do it on this knife. The size of that lock bar somehow couldn't fit an insert. I don't know. Just gonna clean inside the pivot, clean our detent hole out. I always like to do a tiny little bit of a check on the pressure. Just do this a little bit. Maybe it adds a touch, maybe it doesn't, but it doesn't do any damage. Got my Tinker Force little kit here and Skiff bearings. So if you guys aren't aware, you can go over to Skiff Made Blades, pick up bearings from them. They are the shit. Here's the size you'll need for this knife. And let's see, you can use my code LeftyEDC over there and you get 10% off. Look at these cool micarta pivot collars. Look at that. Just straight up micarta pivot collars. That's awesome. Easy peasy because you don't have to worry about a D shape or anything. So what we're going to do is take the fresh side of the washer so that we can work a new path in. Just trying to get a little bit of KPL heavy there to hold the washer down. Drop that in. Bada bing, bada boom. Take a little more heavy and get that onto the, oh, shnikes. There we go. Just a little bit on the detent track. Okay. Maybe just touch the detent, but you got to be careful because of the not having an insert. Could have some issues with lock stick if I am not careful with it. It's going to take my T8 here and clean this pivot screw. It's probably going to have a bunch of black shit on it, but I don't know. We'll see. With Riot, might not. Yeah, not bad at all, really. Okie dokie smoky. So that's a little much on that heavy. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to take some KPL Original. You can get KPL Knife Pivot Lube over at their website, knifepivotlube.com. You can use my code LEFTY10 there to get 10% off. I got codes for everything for you guys. Don't you worry, I got y'all back. Got y'all back. Also, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, check out my Instagram. It's the same handle, LeftyEDC. I never talk about that. It's just not something I think about mentioning. But if you guys are into the codes and discounts and seeing different stuff, you know, I don't always post the same exact stuff on both platforms. So it could be useful to some of you guys. Check it out. I post more of like my, you know, I don't know, my life, I guess, over there. Just a little easier. All right, so we got the pin, we got this, we got that, we got this, and we got that, and we got this, and all right, we're gonna drop in these T6s. Centering on this guy was pretty good beforehand. I would say maybe a little bit off to the clip side, I think. So we'll see if the skiffs help at all with that, but they may end up being right back where it was. Skiffs don't always fix centering. And it wasn't like bad, it was just maybe off a little bit. We'll see. Drive this guy in. Am I missing anything here? No. Okay, let's drop it in. Yeah, look at that. That looks perfect to me, but hey. All right, let's make sure these guys are tight because they are very important. Kind of want to get under these and check tightness on the other side. I know it's kind of, it's really just OCD at that point, but I will not sit here and tell you I don't have that. So let's just check these guys. Tight. Tight. You'll see that pin goes through both sides like that, which is cool. Let's see. I was going to try to just slap it back on. T8s obviously on these scale screws. Nice titanium hardware. Riot always does a good job. Okay. Yeah, centering looks freaking perfect to me. Those are tight. Then we drop this guy on here. I like to just drive it in a little bit in every spot. So I'm not over tightening one location because, I don't know, just never know. This guy caught up a little bit. Let's recast that guy. Let it drop back in the pocket. I'm not getting a click, which is interesting. Oh, there she goes. Tighten those down, and then this guy. Oh, man, tooling's so good on this. All right, we are dead on this guy. No play, no rock, and buttery action. Buttery action. Let's see, no stick at all. Man, that's dropping now. Detent feels the same. It's not the strongest detent, but it's certainly not weak. And for studs and top flipper, I think it's pretty dang on point, especially the way this was built. Just, I don't know, I feel like it's dialed in. You know, I always want them strong, but I don't have any issue with this. Yeah, I think everything freaking came together perfectly. Yeah, no play, nothing. So let's do the old glue ski. Make sure this is, now it's tightened down all the way. You can see that, yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's just do this. Yeah, I don't even need to worry about it spinning, I don't think, but I'm gonna be careful with that, considering I'm gonna put glue in there. So I need to be careful here. I might use this just to be safe. First thing I'm gonna do is do a discount double check. Take my driver and just drive this guy back in one more time. Tighten it down, check everything, centered. Everything, oh, that's tight. Oh, and it swings. It's gonna be great with skips. Holy shit, okay. Okay. Trying to keep the pocket there. All right. Grab this guy. Clean her off one more time. Trying to be pretty careful. I don't think I'm going to need that driver, actually. So let's just do this. Break off this chunk. Tried to drive that in pretty quick. I think as our bearings break in, that is just gonna break in more and more. I'd rather it be tight than loose. That's kind of how I feel about it. Everything feels good. I'm gonna let this sit. I'll show you guys one more time on the action. By the way, if you guys don't know, I use super glue to Loctite my pivots. I do that because it's instant, right? Not instant, but pretty much done right away. Loctite takes a day, 2 days usually for me. And then if it's not right, man, it's just such a pain to wait that long when you have a knife that you love and you just want to, you know, carry. So I take the risk and I use super glue. I find if you use it in very small amounts, it's just as easy, if not easier, to break loose than Loctite, because super glue is very strong this way, but if you put lateral pressure on it, it pretty much cracks right away. So I have had pretty much no issues. I've had one major problem with with using it, and that was on, unfortunately, an expensive knife. But I also blame the captive system on that knife. Just didn't seem to operate properly. But it was my fault. I used too much, and there was a point where I was tightening it, and it started spinning, and I was like, I should back off, and I just went for it. And that was the wrong decision. But if anything, that just reminded me to go light on it. Don't put too much in there. If it loosens up after a day or two, then you know you didn't use enough, and you just take it out and put more in or whatever. But it's always better to go with a little less and then go from there. You can see that centering is perfect. I remember it being slightly over to this side beforehand, and now it seems dead down the center. The detent feels just as poppy as before. And then lockup looks fantastic. Everything is tight as can be. I'm pushing the lock bar over, just have to give it a little shake there, and she's coming down. So what that tells me is as I wear this in, basically doing this, right? As I do that, it will start, there it goes. It will drop by itself once that wears in a little bit. That's usually how it goes. And that doesn't mean it's getting looser, it just means it's wearing that path on the detent track, and those new Skiff bearings are wearing their track in the washers. But everything feels really solid on it. There's no play here or here, there's no play here, there's no play here, there's no stick. I mean, it's literally perfect. I really don't think I could, I mean, there's nothing coming off of here. It's great. So this is one of my favorite knives that I've recently tried. I've come across a few lately that have really caught my eye. Two of which happen to be Berg blades knives. The mini Barber here. Oh, I found that magnet thing. A kid must have tossed it under my case. And then my Berg blade Sweeney. I absolutely love this knife. This is one of my favorite knives of 2023. Just an absolute pleasure to carry and use this knife. I love it all around. Just it's just a fabulous knife. And again, just no play, super solid, great action. This one does have a lock bar insert. And these two are just bangers. I do have the full-size button lock Barber on the way. He's sending me to a review. I believe it's a prototype. I didn't realize. I think it was a pre-order. So I think it's a prototype he's sending me to just check out and review. By the way, the transitions on this are just spotless. I mean, it's amazing. He has these for sale on his website right now for $275. You know, you're talking about a Riot build in premium materials. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 20 CV or M390 on this. Titanium bolster lock micarta. Again, Riot build and $275. I think that's pretty hard to beat these days. So also this right here feels way smoother now. So I think just having those skiffs, but mostly oiling that detent ball just really helped on that. But yeah, Berg blades, guys, check them out. Don't sleep on his stuff. You know, the first few models I tried from him really didn't hit it for me. The slim wasn't my favorite. The mini slim wasn't my favorite. Shit, what was it called? It was the little thumb stud guy, not this one, the other one. Iron Pup didn't do it for me. You can watch my videos on those. I did really like the slim, but I didn't end up keeping it. It's just a little fatter than I normally like. But man, the Sweeney and the mini Barber are just really hitting it for me. The Mutt was cool, just, you know, not personally my style. I tend to really like his Riot made knives over his We made knives. I don't know why. Although somebody did try to tell me that we did this one, but I can almost guarantee you that is wrong. That Riot did this knife. I mean, it's literally the same pivot as an f5.5 here. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an identical pivot. Obviously, it's not satin, but the hardware. I mean, I've taken apart enough Riots to know that this is a Riot. So, I don't know. Anyway, there you go, guys. Just a quick disassembly on the mini Barber. Let me know what you guys think. I'm in love. I'm smitten with this one. The ergos for my hand, large glove size hand, just are perfect. Flat right here, perfect grip down here, and then thumb right in the poon, and it's just perfect for these slicing tasks I tend to do. And you get enough of a tip here to be able to penetrate some stuff. And it's a pleasure to carry. I've been carrying it for a few days now, and the clip, while a little tight, which is common for this design, it works. It works better for me than the original Barber did. I had a real struggle getting the original out of my pocket. This one's perfect. So as soon as I get the button lock one in, I will do a video on that, and I'll probably compare it to the Mini here. So let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Skiff for the Skiff bearings. They provide these for me, which is awesome. Use the code LeftyEDC over there for 10% off. And shout out to Berg Blades for, I mean, letting me have this knife. That was super generous. That did not happen till after I did the unboxing, so I didn't know that was happening or anything. I was genuinely super excited about this knife, and still am. I'm actually sort of relieved that he gave it to me, because I was going to try to find a way to get one, you know. And with the move and everything, it's a little bit tight right now, and I'm trying to be smart, but I was like, I gotta get one of these. So perfect timing on that, but I'm gonna shut up. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.